Hello everyone, what is going on? TV Bomber here, and today I hope you guys watched the stream. I put it up on my channel. If you have not watched the stream already, this is going to be your breakdown video for all the important tidbits that I felt needed to be addressed and talked about in one video, all condensed kind of. Hopefully I'll keep it under 15 minutes this time. I know a lot of you don't watch 30-minute long streams or hour-long streams or videos or things like that, but right now we're watching the teaser, and honestly this teaser has me so hyped. This stream got me so hyped and so excited for the DLC. So if you guys have been living under a rock, just in case, this is the Rise of Iron DLC. It is going to be coming out for Destiny September 20th, 2016. It's going to be awesome. In it, we're going to be fighting pretty much the Fallen, except they're kind of a mutated Fallen, right? So the story is that there is this technological plague that the Iron Lords had to fight against centuries ago. And they sacrificed themselves, all but Lord Saladin, in order to keep it contained deep inside the earth so no one could ever find it again. But the Fallen have dug it up and they have used it to enhance themselves and their weapons so that they can try and take over the planet. It's very kind of Terminator-esque in a way. It feels like that, almost like the Borg from like Star Trek or something. We're seeing a lot of cool images here, a lot of different weapons and areas and some awesome stuff that we'll get into. Some things that you guys might recognize and some things that you guys might not, depending on how long you've been playing the game. The first thing that I want to talk about is popping up on screen right now. The Gjallarhorn, the most iconic weapon in Destiny history, possibly one of the most iconic weapons in gaming history, period, because it was trending on Twitter for a solid day when Xur was selling it it was the second time. It was pretty late in the year though. Xur was selling this thing. It was trending on Twitter. Everyone was talking about it. This gun is so well known, it's ridiculous. The most powerful heavy weapon in the game, easily for PvE. It melted bosses back in year 1, and they ended up nerfing it as well as leaving it behind in year 2. And it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with it in year 3. Obviously, it's coming back. We don't know if they're going to nerf it again. We don't know if they've designed bosses around the Gjallarhorn. We don't know what they've done. All we know is they're bringing it back, and a pre-order bonus is the Back in Black skin, or the Iron Black Gjallarhorn skin. Anyone can get the Gjallarhorn, guys. Gjallarhorn is not a pre-order bonus itself, only the skin is. So there's going to be a quest that you're allowed to do as a player that allows you to get the Gjallarhorn, and only if you've pre-ordered does it come in that black-silver kind of paint coat, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. I'm super excited to get a Gjallarhorn, honestly. I don't know anyone who isn't excited to get a Gjallarhorn. But yeah, I mean, I'm super pumped for this, and hopefully it brings back all the memories that I think it will. Next up, we have this picture that I want to spend a while talking about. It's pretty much giving an overview of what's going to be coming in the Rise of Iron. So here you can see new campaigns, cinematic story, new missions, new quest lines. So that's going to include new cutscenes, new quests, obviously, and new story missions. New places, we've got the Plaguelands, Felner Peak, and the Wall. New cooperative, we've got a whole new raid I'm super excited for, new and updated strikes, and patrols and public events, excuse me. So we're going to have new public events, new patrol missions that are going to fit into the story. They also edited it to say strikes, so it looks like we're only possibly getting one strike with this DLC, which is kind of unfortunate, but they are going to be updating other strikes to kind of fit them into the story. So probably like the Sepix Prime strike, if you guys remember that one, the first ever strike you do to fight the giant servitor on Earth. And you fight the tank, and then you move up to fight the servitor. That strike they'll probably be bringing up, things like that. I'm super pumped for the new raid. We get a little glimpse of it, but I want to talk about this new Crucible stuff, right? New maps, new mode, and new features. No one knows what new features means. Everyone's speculating, but here's the way I see it, alright? They have never said new features before. The way I see it, worst case scenario, it's map voting. Alright? Map voting or something similar. These are the three things that I could come up with. Worst case scenario, map voting. Best case scenario, or scenarios, it is a ranked social playlist split. So skill-based matchmaking can be split between those playlists, and you can actually get rankings. or it is custom games. And there is reasoning behind the custom games theory, so hear me out. One thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video is they are dropping last gen. So PS3, Xbox 360 guys, you will not be able to get this DLC. You will not be coming along in the rest of the Destiny story until you upgrade your console, which is, you know, it's unfortunate for them, but from a realistic standpoint, from a game development standpoint, last gen was holding Destiny back, and I'm super happy they dropped it because it allows them to do so much more. And one of those things is potentially custom games. Now, this is the way I see it. We see new story, we see new places, we see new raid, new strikes, all that kind of stuff. Is that enough? Is that enough coding? Is that enough data to warrant dropping last gen for its limitations, for its processing power? I personally don't think so. What would be enough to warrant dropping last gen is custom games. If there is something else, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a game developer, but in my mind, when I think about the memory limitations and the processing limitations of the last gen consoles versus what they're bringing in this DLC, one of the only things in my mind that would warrant saying, hey, we can't do last gen anymore is them adding custom games. So that's my hope. I don't want to get your guys' hopes up for that, but that would be awesome if it was the case. Next up, we have this amazing image of Felwinter Peak. Now, you guys will know Felwinter from the shotgun, but this is actually going to be our stronghold. This is the new social space. This is where it is. It's going to be where we're going to be jumping off for our adventures in Rise of Iron, and we're actually going to have to take it back, which is cool. Like, it's been taken over by the Fallen. We're going to have to go up there, fight to take it back, and then it'll become our new social space, which is pretty awesome. It used to be the stronghold for the Iron Lords when they were fighting this thing. This is Siva, or at least some part of it. We don't know if this is in the raid, we don't know if this is in a strike, we don't know if this is in the story mission, but we know that this is a Siva construction, which is the technological plague that the Fallen have kind of adapted to themselves, and that the Iron Lords worked so hard and sacrificed themselves to destroy or keep locked away long ago. We know that it's a technological plague. Like, come on, like, what else are you going to think of but like Borg nanoprobes or something, right? Like little tiny robots just kind of floating around trying to kill people. But I don't know. We don't know much details about this, so I'm going to leave it for now. We have Jolder's hammer. I wanted to put this detail in there. We found out that Jolder was a girl. Yeah, I did not expect that personally. Jolder does not sound like a female's name, quite frankly. I think Jolder is from like Norse mythology, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, that's just a cool detail I wanted to put in. We see these Fallen, these Siva-fied Fallen, if you will. They got peg legs, they've got these cool masks, they've got tubes coming out of their backs, enhanced armor. So these guys are for sure going to have some cool abilities. We still see them having the same weapons. They've got these arc blades, they've got like the Dreg's Promise type little blaster pistols, and we see the shattered wall behind them. Obviously, we saw that in the teaser trailer as well. Pretty cool picture here, and I'm excited to fight these guys and find out what they can do. Personally, I think it'll be awesome, and they can do a lot of stuff with the bosses in this. This is also Felwinter Peak. This is actually the new social space. This is a concept art, I believe, of it. You can see it's got a very rustic look, very desolate, very deserted. No one's been there in a while, centuries in fact, and this is going to be where we camp out for our adventures in Rise of Iron, and it's going to be awesome, I think. There's actually a whole temple in here that we'll get here to in a second. It looks amazing though. I think they're going to do some interesting things. There's going to be wolves walking around, which is pretty cool, and yeah, I think this whole space is going to be awesome. Next up here, though, we have the Temple of the Iron Lords. This is to commemorate the Iron Lords' sacrifice when they sacrificed themselves to contain the Siva Plague. We're going to be coming here to get our loot, to, probably activate our quest lines, all kinds of things. But it just plain looks cool. Like, look at this place. Like, it's awesome. Like, when I saw this, I literally thought of something straight out of Dark Souls, and I really feel like this is what they're going for. is kind of this rustic, you know, outlandish, oldlandish feel with their super space kind of sci-fi thing, right? Next up here, this is an early concept of the Plague Lands. We don't know if this is what it's going to actually look like, but it looks badass. We see the Fallen here. You know, there's an Archon priest right there, or something like that. There's like he's like one of the mini bosses for the Fallen. We see a captain. We see a Vandal. Can't tell if they're enhanced or not by Siva from this far away, but we see all these machines that they've erected, these fortresses that they've made in the Plague Lands, a place that was previously forbidden for us to go. And now we have to go in there and fight the Siva and the Fallen in that area. So yeah, we see this monstrosity of a contraption. We believe this is from the raid, and it is now unofficially dubbed the Death Zamboni, which was, everyone, come on, like, you have to laugh at that, right? Death Zamboni, right? It looks badass though. It's got like, it shoots flames out of it, and it's got this little ball of spikes that has like arc energy. And the Guardians, you can see, are running from it in a team of 6. This is clearly, you know, it's clearly in the raid. Like, come on now. So that's awesome. We see a fire team of 3 here. I want to talk a little bit about the armor and the weapons. First of all, look at the Titan in the middle. Isn't that Kvostov that he's holding? The first assault rifle that you get in Destiny when you start up the story? I think that's Kvostov. So if I'm not mistaken, Kvostov is going to be coming back in some form, whether it be legendary or exotic. That's going to be awesome to see. But we also see several different armors and weapons here. We got the Warlock, who has kind of like a Viking feel, and then we have the Hunter here, who has been confirmed to be wearing new Trials of Osiris gear, and he looks like a cat. He looks like Catwoman, like literally. Like, look at this. I'm not a huge fan of the blue and gold color scheme. I'm hoping that the shaders will adapt, so like you can make it black and gold, and literally be Catwoman. That would be fucking awesome. But lots of kitty cats. I'm not a huge fan of this Trials gear, but it looks kind of cool, you know. Just something I wanted to point out. That is Trials gear. And we have this axe that people were so hyped about. All right. This is not an exotic weapon. This is a relic, alright? It's just like the Sword of Crota back in the Crota's End DLC. Just like the Scorch Cannon back in the House of Wolves. There's going to be a pickupable, something that you can pick up in the world, and it'll last for a short period of time that you can go kick ass with. And I mean, it looks awesome, like, right? Like, I'm still happy with that, honestly. Excited to use it. And finally, here we see the Guardians and their Gallahorns. So guys, I'm super pumped for this DLC. September 20th, it's going to be $30 US. You know, go, you know, if you're somewhere else, you know, you got to use your exchange calculator, but it's 30 bucks US. Looks awesome. Excited for the new raid. Even more excited to find out what they mean by new Crucible features. And I hope you guys are too, because, you know, it's going to be a while though. September is a long way off. But until then, I'm going to be looking out for news. I'm going to be looking out for tidbits. And hopefully I can cover all of them on the channel for you guys. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys agreed with a lot of my points. If you guys noticed anything or have any other theories as to what the new Crucible features could be, or anything else in this video, please go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. I will be sure to try and respond to all of you, as well as possibly make a video if you make some good points. So yeah, thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see you guys in my next video.